the Detroit Lions taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, and they go with Swift again. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's got his man, that's Josh Gordon. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Play action, they'll throw. He completes it to Boyd. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
43-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A handoff to Mixon. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now. Those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first and 10, Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay.
Stafford's pass.
For Golladay, you take a look at the numbers from last week. 5 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
They'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To the air again, Stafford. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it. Any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Bengals drive about to get going. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
At the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Open man is Ross, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. He ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They run for it with Mixon, and he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
They'll look to throw now on first down, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
The second down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And it's third down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure. And caught out. And the Lions have recovered. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
8 of 10 brings up third and 2.
Third and 2, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. First and goal at the 1. They'll run with Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his first touchdown on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10. At their own 27-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Complete to
that one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. And the Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
24.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10 from the gun to give to Mixon.
The handoff to Joe.
And Justin Coleman brings him down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd down now. Mixon down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
The Bengal ball carrier.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll find his way down right around the 12.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it?
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Set him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Duron Harmon. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give up 6 points going the other way.
And it's good to make it 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10. At their own 28.
The Lions defense now back onto the field. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating?
Mixon will get it to start the 2nd half. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. He had a really solid 1st half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just the series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's caught right side by Daniels. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Cincinnati.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Open man is Uzanga. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Second and 1. And he rifles one incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. He'll have a first down past the 4. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. play fake here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
First down.
12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Second and 5.
Again, it's Mixon. Room here to run. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Brought him down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. It is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Geno Atkins on the
Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. On 1st down, Swift. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there at one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. And this is going to be incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Time for Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense to take over now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Again, it's Mixon. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brought down by Trey Flowers.
On play action, they'll throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Down the middle of the field and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Swift. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
And the ball carrier.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from... Now he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Swift with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions have taken the lead. They were able to stop him at the line on 1st down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the 2nd try.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Their own 27-yard line.
And out now, here come the Bengals. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Number 28, Joe.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. There'll be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Joe Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Joe Mixon, the Bengals.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Mixon, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 7.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
First down, Bengals.
Back to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
The pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Lions' 28-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He's back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
And 2 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So now it's fourth down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run with Mixon. At the 25. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. He completes it to Boyd. 5 yards on the catch there brings up second down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete to Marcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And now it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Good go.
And that will be incomplete.
Intended for
what a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross in the final minute. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like it.
You described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. So out now come the Lions. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Darren Lee on the tackle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 25-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, or the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will make it into the end zone. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. Jones has it. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
To Marvin Jones.
A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago.
Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get into one of your guys in space. If you make someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From the 50, it's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. From the gun, here's Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Swift, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
The tackle by Logan Wilson. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So here comes the veteran Matt Prater in a big spot in this ball game. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bottoms away right there.
24. Bengals 21.
They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to Robinson. This time he's got it. A gain there of 21 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
21 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throw is going to be incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Yards to go.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. See and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bengals, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they dipped to 2 and 5 now with the loss. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well.